Thanks for tuning in. Today we're going to be reviewing the POC Elicit frameless road cycling sunglasses. The POC Elicit are one of POC's lightest sunglasses and were developed to optimize coverage and performance. They were originally launched in 2022, but POC has recently updated the sunglasses with an improved temple attachment design based on user feedback. As far as packaging, you can see it actually ships in this almost aluminum foil style bag to keep everything nice and clean with the POC logo on there. Has a little Ziploc style opening. So go ahead and open that up. And then you actually have the POC case. So a nice fabric case with the POC logo. And you can see a little bit wider than traditional one with this nice strap here that makes it easy to hold or hang from the wall. I'll go ahead and open this up. We'll go over the specs. So retail price on this is $240 to $250 depending on the color variation. You have a frameless design, so really nice wide coverage, and a bio-grilamid temple construction, which is a little bit more bio-friendly. Then you have an interchangeable lens construction, so even though these are frameless, you can see they actually include a separate clear lens with the sunglasses, which is always a nice feature, and that actually has a nice dedicated spot in the case. It's also super lightweight, so one of the lightest ones they offer, which ensures you never feel this while you're riding. As far as what comes with it, obviously you have the sunglasses themselves with this nice white finish. We have the fabric bag, so a really lightweight way to travel with this with the POC logo on there. You have the little instruction manual and then the warranty card. You also have the spare lens here in the dedicated slot and the separate nose pads here. So you can see we have two additional ones that you can choose from. And again, really nice that everything has its own dedicated spot here, in addition to the one that's pre-installed on the sunglasses. And then of course you have the fabric carrying case with the POC logo and information there. That makes it easy to really travel with this and ensure it never gets damaged. So if you put the sunglasses on there, you can see it comes in at right about 23 grams, which is the same as the claimed weight. Visually, the POC Elicit sunglasses have POC's classic silhouette with really smooth curves and a very modern design. So you can see how there's no sharp edges, it's not super aggressive. It really looks sleek, almost like a pair of ski goggles with a spherical lens, but nice smooth curved single piece lens and very oversized. With this one, they've really optimized the weight, so you can see it is a frameless design. The temple arms attach directly to the lens. The nose pad has two attachments on the corners, and that's about it. So it's all one big lens. Very minimal branding here as well. So you can see the POC Clarity printed on the top here. And then you can also see the lens here by Zeiss. So a really well-known manufacturer lens that gives you nice distortion-free quality. POC offers these sunglasses in 11 different combinations, so tons of color combinations to choose from. They're mostly matte frame colors, except for one of them which does have a little bit of a gradient and a translucent effect. And then they also have the POC Clarity Road or the POC Clarity Trail lens options, and they'll have different base colors, which are either optimized for road or more of the gray colors you see with pavement. So plenty of options to choose from, and the colors all match POC helmets, so you can really mix and match. And you have the really cool colors like the Uranium black and the Fluorescent orange, so it'd be a perfect match for their helmet. We have the hydrogen white here, which is a classic color. So a nice off-white, a matte frame finish. So you can see now really glossy, matching color on the nose pad piece, and a very clean overall design. This one we have the Clarity Road Sunny Silver Cat 3 lens. So optimized for road cycling. And you can see a nice mirrored effect that goes well with the white finish. Obviously the lens is the most important part here, and you can see it's highly curved, so you can see how it curves inward. And then if you look at it from the side, you can also see it's almost spherical, so it's not flat like you do have with a lifestyle lens. With these, they're a little bit spherical, so they rotate around you, and they're curved. That ensures when you're wearing these, you never really see any lens. And you can see nice wide field of view. And one of the cool details on the lenses is the beveling here. So you can see how the edges are all beveled, and that reduces a little bit of the weight. And also it gives it a little bit of an edge when you're looking at it, and ensures if you put it down on the ground, you're not really scratching the actual lens itself. It's quite thin and flexible though, so you can see You can really move it around, so it's not a super rigid lens. And given the large size of it, you can see it can definitely accommodate different face size very easily. There's no vents in here as well, so just one big piece. And the nice thing about this is very clean looks. The temple arms are probably one of the more unique features of these sunglasses as well. So you have a truss design. So you can see it looks kind of like a bridge. You have these up and down pieces, super thin. And then the whole thing is rubber from the backside here. So this whole thing is really flexible. And that means it can really flex around your face. And again, you can see how the whole thing can move around. So really lightweight and only 23 grams. You really shouldn't feel this on your face, and no pressure points thanks to the nice rubber material here. And you can see how it's textured as well. The nose pad on here is also swappable. So you have the standard hook design. So you can see you can pull it off by just yanking on it and then swap in the other one. Otherwise, it's just a malleable rubber, and you have the two other designs to choose from. To swap out the lenses on these sunglasses, it's also pretty simple, but it takes a little bit of force. So what I found is I like to take the soft cover and protect the lens. And then if you look closely, you can see the temple arms have this little tab here, and that's really all that's holding in place. So this has a little friction fit. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab this around, take a little hex tool like this, and then I'm gonna push horizontally down on that little tab. So I'm gonna grab that and then push down. You should see hear it pop. So you can see that's now off. So you can see that comes off. You have the outer cover, and then the temple arm itself, I can just wiggle out. So this has little tabs that go around the frame, and then the cover has a little push pin that'll go down into that spot and hold it in place. So that's one side of the temple arm. For the nose pad, you can see it's just held in place on the corner. So you want to grab it and just kind of wiggle it. So compress it slightly and then wiggle, and you can see it comes off really easily. Don't grab it and compress it really hard, as you can break the plastic. But if you do it nice and soft, you can see it's super flexible, so easy to take off. Here you can see the sunglasses paired with the POC Cytal with this nice 360 shot. The helmet here is hydrogen white with a matching white foam, and then with the hydrogen white Elicit, you can see it's a really good combination, perfect pairing. So if you already have POC helmet, it's really nice to get a POC pair of sunglasses, as you can match the color perfectly. You can see there's plenty of space between the helmet and sunglasses, even with the oversized lens. And you have that smooth design that POC is known for. So nice European look, not overly aggressive, and also looks good off the bike. So you can actually wear these around town. Overall impressive sunglasses. They're really lightweight, and with the flexible construction, you don't have any pressure points at the temple arms, and even wearing a beanie or additional gear, they feel really lightweight. You forget they're there. And with the oversized lens, you have a nice wide field of view, so the clarity lenses do a really good job. You don't have any color distortion, and it brightens everything up, and then still works during the midday where you have that harsh midday sun. And with the wide field of view, you really forget that you're wearing them. So that's one of the big advantages of the frameless design. So overall, really nice pair of sunglasses, although they are quite spendy. Here we have quite a few offerings from different companies. We have the Oakley Kato here. So you can see a really cool design. You have the gold color scheme here, and it is a full frameless as well. But with the Oakley one, you can see you have a more pronounced top lip, and that gives it a little bit more of a framed appearance. So you can see it almost looks like a frame there. It's quite a bit more rigid, so you can see it doesn't really flex around as much, while the POC one is much more soft and malleable. Appearance-wise, you can see the POC is a lot more controversial. It has a almost built-in beak here, so you can see how the nose piece kind of goes around. And with the gold color scheme really stands out, but definitely a more aggressive appearance. Sharper edges here, while the POC is nice and smooth, which gives you that more European look. There's also other lightweight options. Here we have the KU Supernova. This is actually the photochromic lens, so it looks pretty transparent right now, but it gets darker when you actually ride with it. Similar curvature, single piece, and again, smooth design, but this one they have these little sharp edges, which you never see with POC. So a little bit more aggressive in design, and more standard temple arm. So the POC here has the truss design, which is a little bit more bulkier and industrial, while the KU is nice and thin. So it's definitely an interesting design choice from POC, but gives it a more unique appearance, while this is just super thin. And you can see with the Coup, very lightweight and flexible, but not quite as flexible as the POC one is. There's also tons of other options on the market. Here we have the Smith Defy. They actually look kind of like a POC, but they have a little bit sharper corners. And you can see this kind of inflection point here rather than the smooth upward sweep. This one looks full frameless, but it actually is semi-frameless. They've hidden the top of the lens behind, the top of the frame behind the lens. So you get that nice frameless appearance, but you do have a frame there. There's the more affordable options. So Shimano actually has the S-Fire. And you can see with this one, it is the semi-frameless appearance, but you have really cool paint job. So metallic paint and a magnetic lens that actually pops off. So it's pretty cool, sleek design, so similar to POC, but not quite as curved. And then we also have the jewel bow density here, which gives you a little bit more retro styling with the lens shape, but semi-frameless with the top frame and a nose bridge. Now let's go over the pros and cons for the POC Elicit sunglasses. What we like about them is they're super lightweight with the frameless design, so you really don't feel them on your face, and you have that classic POC styling. It's really modern curves and great color options. As far as negatives, these sunglasses are quite expensive, especially with the Toric version we have here. And swapping the lenses requires a little patience and care, as you have to pop out the temple arms with a small tool. Taking everything into account, we'd give the sunglass an 8.9 out of 10. It's a nice lightweight with a sleek design and nice little updates. Thanks for watching this review. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You can see more content from us on our website at thesweetcyclist.com, as well as follow us on Instagram at thesweetcyclist. This is The Sweet Cyclist reminding you to enjoy the ride.